Hi guys, welcome to my live Facebook chat. I am now a Frankie fan. You have to get your t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
This is the merch, right?
Yeah, this is the new merch, actually.
Brand new
Brand
merch.
new.
Guys, I'm with Frankie Clarke. We're talking music on this night here. Do you ever watch Empire on Fox?
I haven't seen it yet, but now I'm going to have to check it out.
How about Star?
No.
You haven't seen Star? You've got to see Star.
No, I
It's
gotta
all about
watch
a
it.
girl group on the rise.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
I got to go check it out.
Okay, so we got people jumping in. My regulars say hi to Nidal.
Hi, guys.
And Gary. Oh, Yvette. Is Yvette one of your people? Because I don't recognize Yvette or Steven. Hi, Steven. Nice to see you.
Hi.
Sandra. That's a regular for me. Okay. So, yeah, I haven't done a chat in a while, so thank you for coming
cool.
in.
Yeah,
We're
thanks
talking
for having
music.
me.
Oh, Hector's a regular. Say hi to Hector.
Hi, Hector.
And Tony. Nice
to meet
see
you.
you. Oh, she should share the chat on her page, too, right? Okay. Oh, this might your peeps. Anibal.
Yep.
Nice to see
Zoe.
you. And Zoe. Okay, your peeps are on it. Hey, Mike. Anyway, Frankie, we should have you just introduce yourself to them. Go ahead and take it.
I'm Frankie, and I am the lead singer and rhythm guitar player in a band called Frankie and the Studs.
She's a rock star. Everybody's dream to be a rock star, right? Am I right? And you have a new CD?
Yeah, we have a new EP coming out next week. It's called Cheap Talk.
I have an exclusive copy.
Yeah,
Yeah?
we do. We only released 25 CDs at our EP release show on Saturday.
Which
so those
you
25
missed the
people
big
got
party.
it.
You missed the big launch party, right?
Yeah, it was pretty insane. Like, I couldn't even get through the crowd to just like change
Really?
in the bath. Yeah, it was
like
it was packed. There was a lot of people there.
And you know the rock star scene because of your dad.
Yeah,
And to have the crowd there for you. Mm-hmm. Fun?
it was really fun.
Fun?
Yeah,
Okay.
totally fun.
All right, so we have people saying hi. I think I missed some people. Ken from Expedition Orange. Okay,
Oh,
Ken.
will the EP be out in vinyl? Yes, I'm hoping it will
Really?
be. When we were on tour, everybody was asking us for vinyl. So,
Really?
yeah, that was like the one thing everyone was like, do you guys have vinyl? I'm like, you know what? That's going to be next on my to-do list.
I think vinyl's fun to collect, but do people actually play the vinyl?
I
Do you
think they
guys?
do. I mean, I collect vinyl and I do play it. And like now you can get a really cheap record player at like Urban Outfitters. So I think a lot of people are,
okay.
a lot of younger people too, are listening to them.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this. Are you into vinyl? And do you actually have the like player to play the vinyl? I've got vinyl frame, I just don't have anything to play
Oh,
it on.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hi, Jesus. Nice to see you. Nidal is asking, where do you play at? Hi, Glenda.
Well, we just did our EP release show at it was a really small kind of like punk rock bar downtown called the Lexington. But we have played on the Sunset Strip. We've played the Viper Room. We played the Whiskey, and we've played some other places downtown, like the Resident.
I mentor a band, and I so want them to play the Whiskey.
Yeah.
Well, the Viper Room, too. That's such a small,
Yeah, we played
intimate-
there a couple times.
Really?
It's
Is it
always a
fun?
good show. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Hi, Howard. So you do play your vinyl. Okay. All right.
I
Danny?
agree. Vinyl is always better.
Really?
Yes.
I need to go back and get like a record player now.
Yeah, you should.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a different experience too. Like having the vinyl artwork and like getting to see that and opening it up. And I like when like they have colored discs. You know.
Okay, so those of you who know me know my hubby's also in a band, and they also did a cassette with their new album.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too. A lot of bands have been doing cassettes now.
Oh, who
Which
knew?
that seems harder to find somewhere to play it, but I don't know.
know because I still have my cassette player.
You do?
Because I used to have a lot of spiritual cassettes, and so I still wanted to listen to them, so I have my
Yeah.
little cassette player. All right, Gabby, nice to see you. That might be one of your people. Ray, nice to see you. Do you want to share it on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, so Frankie Clarke is my guest, everybody. The band is Frankie and the Studs. Now, if you're a guy and you play an instrument, wouldn't you want to be a stud? I think that you would want to be a stud. Frankie just had a record release party, so I'm sorry I didn't do this before. You could get the invite. Joanne, thank you. Nice to see you. Argentina 2018. You want her to play in Argentina? That would be fun.
That would be fun.
And we know Dana Kennedy. Hi, Dana. Nice to see you. Dana's one of our rock peeps, too.
Hey,
So you
Dana.
shared it? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. That's the comment probably, I think, for you. All right. When did you know you wanted to play music?
I knew
Tell them.
ever since I was little. I mean, when I was like 4 years old, I think my parents had a little piano for me, and I used to just like bang on it. And I didn't
Really?
know what I was playing, but I liked doing it, and I liked singing a lot. And then once I got a little older, when I was 10, I saw a movie called School of Rock, and that
Wait, who's in that movie?
Jack Black.
I love that movie. That was so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so the premise of that was
Jack Black is a substitute teacher,
Yep.
and instead of actually teaching the kids, he teaches them music and like teaches them how to be in a rock band.
Right.
So they all are musicians already. They're like taking classical classes.
It's like
but
kid
he's,
rockers.
Yeah, but he's teaching them how to be rock stars, basically.
Okay, so what was your first instrument?
So my first instrument was piano. My dad told me that would be a good introduction to music.
I took a little piano, but didn't stay with it. Okay.
Really? Yeah. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world, just because I wanted to play loud music, and I really liked loud music. But I think it did help me get an understanding for like music theory.
Okay.
And then eventually I was just, to my dad, I was like, I'm done playing piano. I really want to play the guitar.
Which your dad plays the guitar.
My dad plays the guitar, yeah.
Her dad plays in little bands like Guns N' Roses, has his own band as well, Gilby Clarke. So you wanted to be like your dad? I mean, so, guys, sorry, as you know, our signal from time to time dumps out. So a lot of us want to be like our parent. Your dad, a guitarist.
Yeah, and I think seeing him, I always went on tour with him when I was younger and I could take time off of school. And I think that seeing that, it made me want to do it also.
Yeah, you know the world.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
seeing the movie School of Rock for some reason was like these little kids playing. I was like, oh, if they can do it, why can't I?
Yeah, little kids can do it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mastered the guitar at what age? Hey, Patrick, nice to see you.
I think like when I was 10 is when I started to play. And then I think like over the years I got more and more serious about it. And I mean, I don't think I'm a master at it. Yeah, I feel like every day like I'm still practicing and still trying to get better and better.
I'm thinking about the different things, like how we end up where we are. And like my hubby also started around 10 years old. And I guess it's something he just played all the time. So were you
Yeah.
playing all the time? Oh, Joe Schaefer, photographer. We all know Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice to see you, Joe.
Hey.
Sean, how are you? Were you playing like all the time? Like, this is what I'm going to do? Like high school?
Yeah. And I was taking guitar lessons, which I didn't take lessons from my dad. It was just something that he thought I should
somebody else.
yeah, I should learn properly.
Okay.
So I took guitar lessons, and yeah, I would practice all the time. And I think now, especially being in the band, I get to practice playing live also.
My friend just messaged me. Did we hear about the Warped Tour?
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. I never got to go to the Warped Tour, but I was hoping that we could do the Warped Tour at some point, but I guess now it's
One
done.
more year, right?
Yeah, one more
tour.
year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Rick. Nice to see you. Tell you what, I want to make sure our web team takes this chat as well. So can you handle this for a minute?
Yeah.
So what you're going to do while I'm gone, hey, John, my friend John, is that my friend John from high school? Talk about the type of music you do and talk about your last party, your launch party. Okay?
Okay.
I will be right back. Okay.
So we just did our EP release show, which was on Saturday, and as I mentioned earlier, in case some of you didn't hear, we released 25 exclusive copies. Yes, we did party, my dad is asking. And so the EP will be out next week, available on Spotify, iTunes, everything like that. And the kind of music that we play, it's aggressive. Like, who you see right here is not really who I am on stage. Yes, I will be at NAMM 2018. I was there last year and the year before that. I always look forward to going and hanging out with everyone. I feel like I always go, like, by myself, and then I end up collecting a bunch of friends along the way and seeing a bunch of people I know. Yeah, I do not know the lyrics to African Child, Zoe. I always say that, like, before I go on stage, I never get nervous. But I do, like, have a moment, a second right before I go on stage that I have, like, do you know, like, that movie Get Him to the Greek, do you know the lyrics to African Child? Like, I totally blank on the lyrics right before I go on stage. But once I'm on stage, it's all good, it's all there. But anyway, yeah, so we play aggressive music. I say that, like, our band is like the Ramones if they were fronted by Joan Jett. So it's kind of punk rock influenced, but also, like, alternative rock. Like, some bands that I really like are the Ramones, the Runaways. I like the Strokes. I like Paramore. And
Oh, I love Paramore.
you love Paramore
love
too?
Paramore.
I just saw them at the Greek.
You did? Oh, I love
Yeah.
them. They're not from the States, though, right? They're from, where are
Yeah,
they
they're from Nashville.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Neville. Nice to see you. Steven, nice to see you. What? Is that breaking news, Steven? I need to check out. Hi, Janine. Nice to see you. All right. So my guest, guys, is Frankie Clarke. We're going to share the chat with our Fox Facebook page. So once we do that, I'll have to reintroduce the chat and see what's going on with the Fox people. So New CD is where? Where do they buy the CD? Where do you kids sell your CDs now?
Well, we actually haven't done like a physical CD yet, but I'm gonna have it available on our website.
Website.
Yeah.
Now, do you put your music on SoundCloud?
Yeah, I put it on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Bandcamp, everything.
Okay.
Basically everything I can get it on.
Because in this day and age, you all can do your own marketing.
Yeah.
Do you have a label?
No. I released this under my own label name. It's called Catsuit Records because I always wear a jumpsuit on stage.
Okay.
And
Your branding is down. You got it down.
But yeah, I do literally everything myself. I don't have a manager. I don't have an agent. I don't have anything. It's just me
Okay.
booking our shows.
Wow.
I made the artwork for this. Like.
Okay. Anibal says you're a punk rocker. Is that?
Yeah.
Yes. Punk rock. Okay. Zoe, thank you Zoe is a cheerleader on this chat. I appreciate that. You can put in her link too for their website too, Zoe. That'd be great. So I love that you did all of this. Got such an inspiration for anybody out there who wants to make music. If you have a son or a daughter or a friend or you want to make music, these are great tips that you can learn. Okay. Guys, welcome back. Hi, I can tell that we are sharing the chat now with our Fox 11 Facebook page. Hi, Susan. Nice to see you. Susan's son is a rapper.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So you did the artwork yourself?
Yep, I did.
That's pretty cool. Okay. Now, I got to say, your dad, Gilby Clarke, produced the album. Not everybody has a dad who was in Guns N' Roses, who's a rock musician, who knows the business inside and out. So you got a leg up on that one.
I do, yeah.
You do have a leg up on that one. Yes. Okay. Bernitha, who's your favorite rock group?
Oh man, it's so hard. I feel like it changes, but like through and through, T-Rex has been one of my favorites. And then I think like as far as inspiration, who inspired me the most, probably the Runaways.
Okay.
Dance with You in Teeth.
Sorry, guys, we had a full freeze there again. All right, so the new record has 4 songs. Yes, and how much does this cost?
$5 we're selling it for.
$5 on your website.
Yeah.
Now, before you launched, did you have all the the merch? Because you've got the merch.
Yeah, I basically got
Merch.
everything ready for our EP release show on Saturday.
Okay. You had your website. I looked at your website,
Yeah,
Frankie and the Studs.
everything will be updated on the website probably next week.
And you got great photos.
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody who's launching, Bernitha, thank you for your question there. Somebody who's launching, and welcome Fox 11 Facebook fans. Appreciate you jumping in. Where did you start? Finding a band?
Yeah, I mean, actually what I started doing was I wanted to find a way to like describe my sound and what I wanted to do. So what I did was I put out a cover song first. So I covered...
Everyone loves a cover.
Yeah.
Hey. I think we know that person Gilby on the chat. Hey.
He's trolling us.
You know what I love about a cover? And I tell people I mentor, do a cover because people know it.
Yeah, and I think also it just helps, like, if you are trying to form a band, for me at least, it helped people know what direction I was going in.
That's good.
So
that's good, guys.
I covered Nick Gilder's Hot Child in the City because I love glam rock music as well as punk rock.
I remember that song from my era.
And I realized that not a lot of people had covered it, actually. So I covered that song and I put out a video with it too. So I put out a video of me like walking down Hollywood Boulevard wearing my jumpsuit,
Which
playing
is your
guitar.
statement. That's your statement look.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I put that out there, and then I felt like after that it was very easy to find a band because people understood a director film it for us.
Okay, so how many videos do you have?
So we have, I think, including Hot Child in the City, 3 videos are on YouTube right now.
Okay. Zoe asking, are you playing the Catalina wine mixer? Zoe, you sound like somebody in the know who's going to be going to the show at the California wine mixer. I take it. Are you playing the California wine mixer?
No, I'm not. It's a Step Brothers quote.
What's that?
Step Brothers, the movie with Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly.
Okay. That's your generation. I'm sorry, you lost me on that one. That's okay. Okay, so you have the 3 songs. Now, do you write these 4 songs with the band, or do you write these on your own?
Yeah, so it's kind of a combination. So 2 of the songs I wrote on my own, and then I presented them to the band. And then the other 2, the band came up with the music for it, and then I wrote the lyrics and the melodies to them, and we kind of like tweaked them and worked together on them.
Okay.
So Dance With You, we just released a video for, and it's on YouTube. We released it, I think, last week.
Okay.
but that one I shot entirely on my iPhone.
We're going to talk about that. Let's say
Yeah.
hi to Angela Menzo
Hi,
and
Angie.
Dino. Nice to see you. Isaac, how are you? Isaac is into music as well, so Isaac will weigh in, I'm sure, with his thoughts. Hi, Stuart. People are talking to your dad now. Now people are having a talk with Gilby there on the
Stuart
chat.
and I record music together, write and record music together also.
Okay, where do you record your music?
So I've been recording with Stuart and then also with my dad at my house in our studio.
Well, you know what? For those of you who don't have a dad in the business and can't record at your house, did you record elsewhere ever?
Well, with Stuart, he has a studio.
Okay.
Oh yeah, my dad's talking about Rodney Bingenheimer from K-Rock.
Uh-huh.
He's putting out a Christmas record.
Okay.
And he asked us to write a Christmas song for it.
Really?
So Stuart,
How
me, and my dad
fun.
all like co-wrote and produced this song together.
How totally fun.
Yeah, so it's coming out next month.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's going to be on vinyl. There's going to be like a limited amount of vinyls out to purchase. So I'm really excited about it. And it's cool too because Rodney kickstarted like Joan Jett's career and like a bunch of cool.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's super exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Joan Jett, have you met her?
I did. I
Yeah.
finally got to meet her.
And how was it? Was it like what you expected and hoped?
No, because I just froze. I was like,
Really?
I didn't even
You
know.
met a ton of rock stars.
But,
How
like,
did you freeze?
I didn't know what to say. I just I kind of froze up, and she was like, "Here's some guitar picks," and like, "Do you play?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do play." And she's like, "What's your band?" And I told her, and she was like, "Oh, I can't wait to come see you guys out on tour." And I was like, "Well,
You
I
could
hope
do
that
a
does
Joan
happen one
Jett
day."
song, and she could jump on stage with you. How about that?
That would be awesome, Joan, if you're listening.
All right. Joan, are you on the chat by chance? So, guys, if you're into music, excuse me, you want to play music, you want to be in a band, you want to be a singer, you want to be an artist, you can ask Frankie some questions because do you feel like you launched on your own, or do you have a lot of support?
I had a lot of support. I think that, people always say, like, having my dad who he is, that it's easier to do what I'm doing because he
Probably.
has connections or
Right.
because he has resources that other people don't have. And that is true, but I think it's also difficult because
Oh, tell them.
I think it's also kind of, my favorite Joan Jett and the Blackheart song.
Hi, Isaac.
I don't know. I really like her cover of Do You Want to Touch? But yeah, so it's difficult because, I feel like people kind of like are quick to judge, you know?
Oh, right.
Yeah, and quick to compare it. And there's also like a lot more people that can, say negative things about it because there's more people looking at it from a critical point of view. But at the same time, like, my dad is my biggest supporter, and my mom too, of course.
We know your mom
And-
is.
yeah.
I always say your mom,
Yeah.
loves that kid so much. Okay, Julie, something nice for you.
Oh, thank you.
Wishing you the best. Okay, I would think, like, being a child of parents who are successful in the industry I want to be in would, like you said, open some doors and connections, and you're familiar with that world. But I would maybe even feel that pressure to succeed.
Yeah.
It's got to be really
Yeah, that too.
hard.
Yeah, definitely. I think that, it's some big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the hardest part about this business? Because you were in college. Last I heard,
Yeah.
you were in college. Are you out of college now?
I'm done with college. Yeah,
Okay.
I was there for 4 years, and I mean, I didn't really want to go. I wanted to do music from the get-go, but
Could you do both? When you were in school?
Yeah, so I ended up going part-time my last semester so that I could pursue music.
Uh-huh.
But I think college was actually a really great thing for me because I met a lot of people that are now like, Frankie and the Studs fans or people
a
that...
whole fan base.
Yeah, I have a whole fan base. And
did you play like around the little clubs around college?
no, but actually my school has a music festival that they do every year and it's called Kahootek. And they asked me this past year to do the music festival.
Well, that's perfect.
So it was really
Okay.
cool. Yeah,
So
I
you
got
kind
to
of
play
have
at my
this fan base.
school.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, and also people. I studied creative writing and media studies, so a lot of my friends are like sort of in the entertainment business now, and so we can all like kind of work together and think of ideas. And I always like send my friends my video before it's released. I'm like, what do you think? Because like they're young and they have
Right.
like good taste in music, and I'm like, oh, I want to know what you guys are thinking
Well,
and
that's
what you
good.
think of this.
Okay, now are you trying to go on tour?
Yeah, we actually just did a tour in May. It was my first tour on my own. Like, I've been on tour with my dad, but this was my first time doing a tour completely on my own.
And where'd you go?
We went all around the East Coast. So we started...
the East Coast?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was really fun. We started in Chicago, and then we ended in Philly. And we
were
drove
you, like,
around.
in a van or a bus?
In a minivan.
Yeah, just a minivan tour.
Yeah, and we were
in cheap hotels?
Yeah, in Motel 6s. Yeah.
Right.
I slept between two
are a rock
guys. I
star.
was like in one bed sleeping between two guys.
Like
and
the whole band shared one room?
yeah, we all shared one room.
What did your mother think of that?
I talked to her all the time, and I would give her updates of what was going on. And it was really fun, though. I feel like I learned more on that tour than I did, like, in the 4 years of college.
Well, I know when you're, like, starting out, you're trying to save every penny, right? And try to,
Yeah.
you know, have it cut expenses.
Yeah.
It's funny because I just took three male models to New York Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, your husband is letting you take 3 male models to Fashion Week? I said, I'm going to be front row at New York Fashion Week. No one's taking my dream away. I'm going. Okay, so how
That's
long
fun.
was the tour?
It was 2 weeks, so it was like a perfect like little test for me to be like, is this really what I want to be doing?
And
yes, it is.
the cheap motels,
Yep.
the long
I mean,
nights.
it was honestly so fun. Like at the end of it,
Really?
I was exhausted, but I didn't want to go home. I was like, I could keep doing this for months. Like I loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the hardest
It's
part?
not for everyone. The hardest part, probably the drives. There were some that were super
long drives.
Yeah, there were some that
Yeah.
were long drives, but we kept ourselves entertained. We listened to podcasts. We listened to music.
And are you all like friends, you and the band?
Yeah. We all got along really well.
Okay. And would you be friends with them? Like, sorry, I don't mean to be dissing the band, but like, are these people that you'd be friends with, like, if you weren't working together, or
Yeah,
is it
I
the
think
work that
so.
brings you together?
I think it's a combination. I think outside of it, you know, we all have something in common, which is that we love music.
But you know, being in close quarters with somebody for that
Yeah.
amount of time, you can really get at each other. Because even with the 3 models I took to New York, by the end of the trip, you could see little intricacies about people. Like, wait a minute, that's weird. You know?
Yeah. No, I definitely got to know everyone on another level that I didn't know them before. But
Right.
but yeah, it was overall like a really great experience. And we were supporting a band called The Biters, which I'm wearing their shirt today actually.
Well, hello. Hi, Gary.
But they were super supportive and cool with us, and like they let us use their gear and like.
And how'd you get the venues?
That was through an agent. So the Biters were with an agency, and then they put us on the tour with them, and they booked all the shows. And then did the
So it was like-
routing and everything.
Was there an audience at every show?
Yeah, I mean some shows were bigger audiences than others. Like New York was definitely like our best show,
Fun.
and Chicago too actually was really good, and Philly.
I see my friend Mikkel on the chat. Hi, Mikkel. Nice to see you. Was there ever a show where like nobody was there? You're like, oh my gosh, we're just pretty much rehearsing.
No, there was always people there. It was just there was always a decent crowd. But I think there were some shows where I was like, the people weren't as responsive, and
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, and I was
You're
like,
what's wrong with you?
I'm like, I don't know, was it a bad show? Like, what was it? But then afterwards, like, I think it depends where you are, maybe, I don't know, but
Well-
when we would go and sell merch afterwards, everyone would come up to us and be like, oh my god, we love the show. Some people just like express their, I don't know.
Well, I know my husband said when they perform in Japan, it's a much different audience than say America.
Yeah,
that
well,
they're very
South
respectful.
America is crazy.
Really?
Like,
My
yeah,
people,
Anibal.
my people.
Well, no, but yeah, going there, like I went with my dad when he was touring with Slash, and
Excuse me.
but
Some guy named Slash.
the crowds there are so passionate about music. Like,
Right.
there's no phones out. It's like people are like all in, like with their hands up, and like they know every
Right.
word, they know every
Right.
note to every guitar solo. So
Right.
yeah, it's different compared to just here.
Well, it's funny because, you know, both your father and my husband are in bands that really gain their fame in sometimes, you know, different eras. But I love going to the shows because the fans know every
Yeah.
lyric.
Yeah.
And I find like when I go to a newer band, I might know like 3 of their songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm really excited about, is once our music gets out there more, is like going and then seeing fans like sing back our lyrics to us. That like
Yeah.
seems like it would probably be one of the greatest feelings.
Right. And have you been on the radio yet?
Well, I have actually recently. So our song "Dance with You," the one with the video, Rodney played on Sirius Radio. He's on the Underground Garage station now.
Cool.
So he played it, and it was actually crazy because I was coming home, and I just gotten in the car, and I didn't think anything of it. I was like, I'm just gonna put on Rodney's show.
Serious?
And our song
And
was
you heard
on.
it?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It was crazy. I was like, that's
Oh
meant
my
to be.
gosh.
Yeah.
Serious? Were you like jumping up and down?
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. I had never actually heard it like in the car. I think one time I listened to
Right.
it on the computer on some like online streaming service, but yeah, it was really cool to just like sit down and hear my song on the radio.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, I remember I was driving home from work once, and one of my husband's songs.
Sean rules.
Came on. I was all excited. I took a little picture of the, hey, it was in this band. So it is fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was your first experience. How do you get like your name out there and the band out there? What's the trick in this day and age?
I mean, I've always thought that for us, at least, what has always gotten us the most buzz is when we play. So when
The
we play
shows.
live shows, and
Yeah.
it's like the most old-fashioned way to do it, I feel like, because everyone's like, oh, you got to have a social media presence, but for us, like, there's always a buzz when we play, and that's why I thought going on tour was really important for us, because I think that we are a live band, and even like recordings don't really do us justice. It's like you have to come out to see us live to
Right.
get the energy and the full effect.
Isn't that the way artists make the money though today? By touring, like
Yeah,
all
by
of it,
touring
they
and selling
touring,
merch,
right?
and yeah, that's why we're like so up on coming out with new merch, and yeah, so. But it's my favorite part of it. I love playing. I always look
I would
forward
think
to
so.
that.
Well, it's, as you can see here at Fox 11, there's like nobody in here because we only have robotic cameras. So
Yeah.
there's no audience. And I remember I had to introduce my husband's band on a charity event, and I just got on stage and I looked out. All these people are looking at you, and they're like, "Yay!" It's so different from my world because we're
Yeah.
a lot of violence and death and destruction working in the news. But for you, it's like everyone's in a good mood,
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it is totally different. I can imagine. Even right now, I'm like, it feels weird because like I can see that there's people watching, but
Hello.
I don't see them right in front of me.
Right. So what does it feel like to be up there playing?
It's really funny because everyone always says like I'm a different person on stage because
Right.
in person I'm actually really shy and quiet, and I feel like being on stage is my way to express myself, and I feel like for some reason like all the like nervousness and like shyness dissipates when I
It
go.
does?
Yeah, and I feel like I take on like this other persona almost.
And do you ever forget the lyrics?
No. I mean, I'm always nervous about it, but I
Really?
don't. Yeah. I think like adrenaline takes over.
Right, people I mentor, I say, use that adrenaline, use that nervousness, and put
That's
it
what I
into your
kind of
act.
learned, and
Yeah.
and I think that like before a show I get super antsy, and I used to like think that was nervous energy, but now it's more like excitement. Like I'm just excited to like show everyone what we've prepared, and like I don't know, that's like what fuels me is that energy.
Okay, so what's next? Is there another tour planned? Are you working on
We're
a tour?
we're working on getting another tour.
And do you do this on your own? You research it on your own?
Yeah.
And you just like email somebody and say you apply?
Yeah. Basically, I do it all on my own.
And you send them your links and...
Yeah, I send them our links, and usually, like, I'll invite them to our show. If we have a show coming up, I'll be like, hey, we're playing. Like, I'd love for you to come see us.
And are you trying to get signed by a record label?
I think in the beginning, I really wanted to just do it organically and do it on my own. But I think we're at the point now where I would definitely, like, consider it.
It seems to me where a record label might come in is they would put you on maybe like opening acts for some of their bigger acts
Yeah,
and get you in the door
exactly.
to bigger events.
Yeah, I think like financially it makes sense to sign with a record label, but I think that especially with rappers right now, like a lot of people are figuring out how to do everything on their own.
Right, like Chance the Rapper.
Yeah,
Who did
yeah,
he
they just
got on by
distribute their own
streaming, right?
music, yeah. But I think that I think that's great, and I would love to do that. I would love to do it all on my own.
Hi, Therese. I see you. Jeremy, nice to see you. Some of my peeps on the chat. So what is the dream? Like, what's the dream venue?
Dream venue? I don't know. Maybe because I'm from LA, like, I like to play, like, the Forum. I love the Forum.
The Forum's so nice, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I love the backstage, and I love that they always have those cakes with, like, the band on it. Have you ever seen that?
No.
They have, like, a whole buffet in, like, the green room, like, backstage area. And when I saw Kiss play, they had, like, a Kiss cake, which I love Kiss. So I thought it was pretty cool. But I'd love to have my own cake backstage one day.
Right. Well, I go to the 93.5 concert that they have. I will look for the cake backstage.
Look for the cake.
With the buffet.
Yeah.
The buffet is awesome. I mean, what about like playing like Dodger Stadium?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Have you played outdoor and indoor?
We did Lollapalooza in Chicago.
You did?
Yeah.
How fun was
Yeah,
that?
that
That's
was
like
about
a
a year
built-in
ago.
audience, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was raining that day, but
Can you still play in the rain?
yeah, we still played. Yeah, everyone was wearing like little like rain hoodies
Oh my
and
gosh. Hi, Lorraine. Nice to see you. Lorraine
Oh,
Deanda.
Lorraine.
Jimmy's. Hi. Nice to see you. And Jeremy loves your hair.
oh, thank you.
Okay, and then what about like Coachella? Did you try to apply for
Yeah, I
that?
would love to play Coachella.
And
Yeah.
so have you applied for it?
We haven't yet, but I think that would be next.
It's on the to-do
Yeah,
list.
yeah.
And then who does the social media?
I do it.
You do the other band members do it also?
No, it's just me. I mean, they like share what I post, but
And how often do you post?
I mean, lately I'm trying to post every day.
I heard like
I'm trying to get
3
better at
times
it.
a day is
Yeah, I know. I'm not the best at social media, which is weird, but I'm just like, maybe I'm more old school. Like I love, obviously I said, I like playing and I like.
Well, you know, they trained us here that it's like part of the job.
It is
now.
part of the job, yeah.
And coming up in news, we never have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
But now, literally, I will sit there for like an hour in the morning posting my stuff
Yeah.
because you have to connect with people. Some people like don't even have a TV and watch the news, so we have
I know.
to connect that way.
Yeah,
Angie says you'll have your cake very soon. That would be so cool.
that would be.
Okay, and then what about traveling overseas? Do you want to do that too?
Yeah, I really want to play in Japan.
Really? Why?
Yeah. I went to Japan when I was like 13, and
Mm-hmm.
I loved it for some reason. And that's just for some reason been a dream of mine. I really want to play in Japan.
What about the European festivals?
Yeah, that I think would go over really well for us. They have a lot of good rock festivals there that I think we would fit in. And then obviously South America, Argentina, Brazil. I'd love to play.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Now, your mom is a designer. Tell me about your mom's line right now.
Yeah, so my mom has a clothing line called Westlin and Grant. It's denim, mostly denim. And yeah, she used to have a clothing line called Frankie B that was named
I know.
after me.
And when I met you, I was like, oh my gosh, there's really a Frankie B. And here she is. And when I was skinny, I used to wear the Frankie Bs.
But yeah, her line is really cool because I think that, similar to me, she's been very inspired by music and my dad touring with him and being around
Right.
that whole scene. So
And
her
style and fashion.
exactly. So I think her style and her line is very influenced by like rock music.
And now, having a mom as a designer, does she dress you?
She made my jumpsuit for me.
How many jumpsuits do you have?
I just have the one.
The one. What's it made out of?
It's pleather. It's a fake.
Leather.
It's fake leather. Yeah.
Okay. Very kind of Joan Jettish in a
Yeah,
way.
we're
with
Joan
your-
Jett, Susie Quattro. I kind of stole it from them.
Okay.
But I love it because I don't have to think about it. I just know it's like my go-to. And then I was talking to someone at our show, and they're like, "Your jumpsuit is almost like your superhero costume. Like you zip up and you're a different person."
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that is kind of how it is. It has that effect for some reason.
And then does mom help out with your videos and stuff?
Yeah, yeah. For the last video that we just did, it's more of a fashion-y video. So I'm not wearing my jumpsuit in it. I'm wearing a dress.
I'm going to Google it right after this.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mentor some young people, and I love being the extra eyes and ears. And it's so fun for me to like be not that person on camera, not the person with the makeup, to be the person carrying their bags, and to be stand here, stand there. It's so
Yeah.
much fun to do behind the scenes. Do you direct your own videos?
Yeah, so this
You do-
past
oh,
this
okay.
past video I directed myself. I actually like drew out a storyboard of every scene that I wanted to happen.
Okay.
And I came up with so the song was inspired by Mark Bolan of T-Rex. So the lyrics are I want to dance with you, but it used to be I want to dance with you on the ballrooms of Mars, which is a T-Rex song.
Okay.
So I cut out the ballrooms of Mars part just to make it a little more mysterious.
Okay.
And so I wanted the video to pay homage to him and glam rock, but also like I love Tim Burton and I love like gothic style. So it kind of draws inspiration from those two worlds. And so it's a deadly tea party scenario. I kill off my bandmates in it.
Oh, I
Spoiler
saw the
alert.
photo. I saw the photo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
spoiler
cool.
alert. I
Okay.
give
Oh,
them
sorry.
poison tea, and they all die.
And that was shot on your cell phone?
Yeah, it was
Well,
all
who
shot
shot
on my
it?
phone. So Christopher Pearson, he shot our other videos also.
Okay.
So our video for a song called She's Insane, he shot that one.
The whole thing on the cell phone.
Yeah, and I think that it might have been a challenge for him because he's used to, using proper cameras.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, just shoot it on my phone. And he was game for it,
And
so
how'd you get the lighting right?
we did it all outside, and he had like a little light bouncer thing that he used, but it was all completely like natural lighting.
See, that should give you all hope if you're trying to do music, that in this day and age, with a cell phone, you can make your own music video.
Yeah.
Okay, if you were to give somebody advice who wants to be you, to do what you do, give me some advice. And you
Some
can
advice?
talk to them.
I think being yourself is the most important thing, and I think that sometimes, like with record labels or anything, you can get swayed into being someone that you're not. So I think it's really important to start by doing something that you really believe in and that you think represents you.
Okay, let me ask you this. When did you feel like you knew who you were to do that?
It wasn't until I played my first live show, actually. Like, I feel like after I played my first show, like, I felt like I understood who I was as a performer more.
Okay.
And I knew, like, what kind of songs I wanted to write that I felt like would express that. But yeah, I think, like, be true to yourself, and I always thought that, like, I was a weirdo in school, and
Really? I think we all kind of felt like that.
I mean, even, like, to this day, I am a weirdo, but I feel like
I think we all kind of feel like that.
everyone has something to say, and I feel
Right.
like I feel fortunate that, like, I have music that I'm able to express myself in that way. So whatever it is that you want to do, like art or anything, I think that it's important to be yourself and understand that, and I think that the more you do it, the more you will understand.
That's so funny you say you felt like a weirdo.
Yeah.
Why?
I think because I liked music that, like, other people my age didn't like, and I've always been, like, super reserved, and, like, I didn't have a lot of friends. I've just kind of, like, kept to myself and, like, listened to music and played music. But I feel like when I started playing, I kind of built a community for myself too. As I found out there was other people that were like me, I was like, oh, I'm not a weirdo. Like, there's a lot of, well, I am a weirdo, but
I think,
I'm not.
though, honestly, I think so many of us feel, am I right? Please help her out here. Am I right? SER, I see you guys. Frank, nice to see you. So many of us feel like we're weird in some way or different in some way. I mean, I always felt kind of weird because my family fostered and adopted a lot of kids. We had a lot of strangers in the house, and my parents had lived overseas, so we kind of sometimes ate weird food, and I just felt like we were kind of not,
Yeah, you
not
think
really
being
a cool-
different is being weird, but I think that
Yeah.
sometimes that's what makes you, stand out, and I don't know.
I think, though, that we can be our own weird,
Yeah.
which makes us unique, that we're all not cookie cutter type
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Gilby, thank you. I'm just having fun like you are. So I think that for those of us who are out there saying, I felt weird too, because I bet you so many people out there will tell you that. And I
Yeah.
think if you even like wrote that on your Instagram page, how many of you felt weird, you would get like a flurry of people who would
Yeah.
comment like that. Mm-hmm. And I think that as we find ourselves in life, we decide who we want to be and how we want to contribute to this planet.
Yeah.
So like 20 years down the road, what would you want to do?
Well, I hope that I'm still playing and creating music, and I don't want to just create music for myself. Like, I'd like to help other people and, either, like, have my own label one day and be able to, like, support upcoming bands or write with people. I don't know. I feel like music will always be a part of my world.
And I tell people the beauty of music is that is something you can do, even if it's maybe singing to your baby, or
Yeah.
if you want to go sing, volunteer like a senior citizen home and sing or something. You can sing
Yeah.
in church. There are a lot of ways.
There are many ways to get
sing.
involved, and yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. Now, will we all become rich and famous? That's the universe
But
has to answer
but I
Right.
think that if it's something that you like doing, that you should do it no matter what.
Right. Right.
And that's how I've always felt, like, whether or not people are like, oh, music's so hard, you're probably not going to make it. It's like, you know what?
Everything's
I know
hard.
that
Everything is hard.
anything worth it, I think, is not easy.
Well, you know what I think too is I love to look at people's lives and then see where they started at and where they are now. Like, would you have thought Snoop Dogg would have a TV show with Martha Stewart, a cooking show? I mean, that is probably farthest from his ever thought that he'd be on mainstream TV with a cooking show with Martha Stewart. So I always say that's an example that you just don't know. You don't know where your life's going to be. I mean, I didn't even want to come to L.A. I wanted to be the Phoenix hometown girl. I wanted to stay home. And I wasn't looking to come to L.A. I wasn't asking an agent to take me to L.A. I didn't want to come to L.A. And so, but I say, okay, when I gave me the job, I said, okay, God, your way. And if I hadn't done it, I wouldn't have been able to do all my adoption work that we did here. So
Yeah.
maybe I was supposed to be here for that. But this wasn't my plan to be here.
Yeah.
So you really never know.
You never know.
Right.
You never know where it's going to lead you.
Beatles or Rolling Stones? Annabelle asked.
Oh,
What
that's
do you
like
think?
the
a good
classic.
question.
That's the classic.
That's a classic question? Okay. I know my answer.
I would say Beatles.
I'm Rolling Stones.
Really? I feel like there is such a divide. But I grew up in a house where Beatles and Rolling Stones were like both. Like my dad loves both
Right.
of them.
Right. That makes sense.
But I grew like the first song I have a memory of is Yellow Submarine by the Beatles. So I feel like I always just kind of have like a special feeling
Okay.
towards the Beatles because of that.
Well, one of my concerts that I really want to go to is Rolling Stones because I haven't ever seen them in concert, and I want to go see that one. Who do you really want to see in concert?
Who do I want to see that I haven't seen before? Dead or
You've seen a
alive?
lot. Sure.
I would have loved to have seen David Bowie live. I'm really upset that I never got to see him.
Oh, yeah. He'd be a great performer. Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Paul Gervasi. We see you. Everyone's jumping in now. Rolling Stones or the Beatles. You guys can jump in with your thoughts. Nice to see you, Paul. Okay, so we're going to wrap up the chat soon. Frankie, tell them where they can find you.
So I am on Instagram as Frankie and the Studs. And we have a Facebook page, Frankie and the Studs also. And then our website, which is frankieandthestuds.com. And on there next week, I'll be updating it with new merch, in case you weren't here earlier. So here's a new
T-shirt.
shirt. It sparkles.
Music.
And we're gonna have new music, and we're gonna have physical copies, and then vinyls hopefully soon. And yeah, so just keep an eye out for that. And then if you haven't checked out our video for Dance With You, that's on YouTube. And yeah, you should check it out.
And then how do you keep in touch with people to let them know when you have a gig coming up?
I'm most active on Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Are you a Snapchat person too?
I do have Snapchat. I don't use it very often.
And Facebook?
Yeah, I have Facebook, and I update that also.
What about Twitter?
Twitter, yeah. I'm on Twitter too. I'm on all of it. Whenever we have a show, I try and update all of my different platforms to let everyone know. And also, we have a Bands in Town account, so if you have bands
What's
in
that?
town, it's a website where you can like follow different artists and see when they're playing in your town.
Don't you feel like there's so many sites? Like, do you use Reverb
Yeah.
Nation?
Yeah, I have all of them. And some of them I don't even know what they do, but I'm like, yeah, I'm on there. But yeah, Bands in Town is cool because you can see when we're playing in your town.
Okay. All right. Hi, Ronnie. Thank you. From Austin, Texas. Well, thank you, Ronnie, for jumping on the chat. I appreciate that. Have you played Austin, Texas?
We have not played Austin, Texas yet.
So, Ronnie, you need to hook that up.
Yeah.
Make that happen. So, when you go to the clubs, like a lot of people do the pay to play thing.
Yeah.
Do you have to do that?
No.
No pay to play.
I don't want to do that.
It's hard.
It is hard though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we just kind of like. I mean, they're not always paying. You know, like you don't
Well,
always
have to
make money.
sell like 10 tickets at like
Yeah.
$10 each.
Yeah, I haven't had to do that, but it's not that we always get paid for our gigs because I think that it's important to
Experience.
just get experience and get your
Right.
name out there too.
Girl, you're on your grind.
Yep.
Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up my chat here. So, my guest is Frankie Clarke. Thank you guys for jumping on the chat. Patricia from South America. Well, thank you. We appreciate you saying hi. Frankie, we should do a picture right here. I'll just leave the chat up while we do our picture. Thanks, guys. So, you got to check out Frankie and the Studs. I'm sorry that I didn't do this before her release party. Jeremy asking, have you met Axel?
I have not met Axel.
Me either. Okay, so, want to use your phone and
Yeah,
do
I have
yourself?
mine right
Do
here.
it. Okay. Here's our good lighting right here.
Okay, right here.
Yeah. We look pretty cute. Look at now all the emojis are coming in. Now you guys are sending emojis. Bye, Joe. Nice to see you. Thanks for being on the chat.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank you
saying hi.
guys. Thanks, Evan, for chiming in.
You got to see her cool look. Let's get you in the light with your cool look because we did not show off your very cool red boots. So hang on one second. I'm not going to wrap up until I show her boots. Hang on. Let me just turn it around. Let's see. Paul Gervasi. Okay. The red boots.
Yeah, they have studded stars on them.
Okay. That is very fashionable. Okay. Rocker chick.
Oh, and there's Frankie and the Studs on the back.
Oh, yeah.
too.
Frankie and the Studs, in case you didn't know how to spell Frankie and the Studs. Okay. Good night, Sean. Good night, Isaac. Nice
Bye,
to
guys.
see you. Let me turn it around. And we'll say goodnight. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
See you guys at Fox 11 News at 10 o'clock. We'll be here.